Hi students, in today's class we'll discuss applications of distribution law. The first and foremost application is solvent extraction. This is one of the best processes used in the separation of organic substances from aqueous solutions, and this is a separating funnel. With the help of this we can easily separate the organic substance from aqueous solution, and this technique is used in most of the organic research labs. The next is desilverization of lead, that is Parkinson's process. When molten zinc is added to molten lead containing silver, zinc and lead form immiscible layers and silver is distributed between them. Since the distribution ratio is about 300 in the favor at zinc at 800 degrees Celsius, most of the zinc passes into the zinc layer. On cooling the zinc layer, an alloy of silver and zinc separates. The silver and zinc alloy is distilled in a resort when zinc passes over, leaving silver behind. The lead layer still contains unextracted silver. This is treated with the fresh quantities of molten zinc to recover most of the silver. The next is the determination of association. When a substance is associated or polymerized in a solvent A and exists simple molecules in solvent B, the distribution law is modified as the nth root of Ca by Cb is equal to K, when n is the number of molecules which combines to form associated molecules. The next is determination of dissociation. Suppose a substance X is dissociated in aqueous layer and exists as single molecules in ether. If X is the degree of dissociation or ionization, the distribution law is modified as C1 by C2 into 1 minus X is equal to K, where C1 is the concentration of X in benzene and C2 is the concentration of X in aqueous layer. The value of X can be determined from the conductivity measurements when C1 and C2 are found experimentally. Thus, the value of K can be calculated. Using the value of K, the value of X for other concentration of X can also be determined. The next comes distribution indicators. In iodine titrations, the endpoint is indicated by the addition of starch suspension, which turns blue. A greater sensitivity can be obtained by using distribution indicator. A few drops of immiscible organic solvent such as chloroform is added to the solution. The bulk of any iodine present passes into the organic layer and imparts the intense violet color to it. The next is determination of solubility. So we already know the Sp by Sw, that is the solubility of benzene divided by the solubility of water, is equal to Kd. Suppose the solubility of iodine in benzene is to be determined. The iodine is shaken with water and benzene. At equilibrium, concentration of iodine in benzene and water are found experimentally and the values of distribution coefficient is calculated. If the solubility of iodine in water is known, the solubility of benzene can be calculated easily. The next is confirmatory test for bromine and iodine. The salt solution is treated with chlorine water. Small quantity of bromine or iodine is thus liberated. The solution is then shaken with trichloromethane, that is chloroform. On standing, chloroform forms the lower layer. The free bromine or iodine, being more stable in chloroform, concentrated into the lower layer, making it red for bromine and violet for iodine. So at the end of this lecture, you can acquire knowledge on applications of distribution law. Thank you.